So I'm joined today by Draskell and 8mother for the second game of this series between the sides of Ninjas in Pyjamas and Team Empire. And we're ready to get ourselves into the draft as it is well underway. And break it down for us, guys.
Dire team ban.
Well, Empire started off first pick, so they start off banning the Wisp because they don't want to pick it and they don't want to give away it in the second phase, the second pick to the second pick. Pretty standard bans. Undying, Cop, like all these are. Even Gyro, very standard. And they choose to go with the first pick Bristle, which is overall very strong. Doesn't really reveal anything about your draft either.
Yeah, and I think another reason why they, it's weird if you look at the ban order, because it was Wisp ban, Undying ban, and then Gyro ban. So it's like Empire banned Gyro after Undying was taken out. I think this is kind of respect to the fact that they just got crushed by Husker, and because Bristleback still actually does very well against Husker, and so does AA. Both of these heroes are deterrents to them getting kind of caught in that situation where they have nothing but magic damage 2 times in a row. So I think it's a nice adaptation of the series.
Yeah, I think they're not gonna get caught out by the Husker again in a really long time.
Yeah.
But
I always see as well, obviously, Ninjas in Pyjamas opening up with a Disruptor pick. It's a hero that we do know that the side of Empire like to get for a low hard dance. Getting the AA, though, that was obviously a hero that was banned out against Empire in the first draft, so Empire, they're going to be happy indeed with that one. And the bans from Empire, interesting enough, we see them ban out the Broodmother. I mean, we're talking about potential NRP cheese pocket strats. Broodmother is one that a lot of teams can turn to, and maybe just a little bit worried that Ninjas in Pyjamas might turn to that in the second game here. And now we also see the ban, interesting enough, onto the Drow Ranger. I guess one of those heroes that can be picked up. We have, I believe, seen, it's Arrow who did that very strange build once where he doesn't put any points into Frost Arrows, but he goes straight up Scardy. I don't know if he's done that. I remember casting a game where he did that, but he does like the Drow Ranger, and of course it does benefit the puck.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it was a weird build.
Yeah,
They won the game. They won the game.
I think with what Empire are building right now, the Drow ban and the Brood ban are more just around being able to win their lanes more than anything else.
Yeah.
Like you have AA, that's very often seen as a tri-lane partner with another ranged hero and a core. So maybe Empire just looking to make sure they don't get too far behind in the laning phase in game 2.
I think Shadow Fiend would be really good for Empire here because of how the lane goes against Puck. He's just kind of like free win.
Yeah, but if you pick SF, you have to make sure your tri-lane meets ninjas, right? Like you can't just let the supports roam free, because if Ogre and Disruptor roam on SF, that hero's dead.
Yeah,
like there's no way
true.
he can live.
And they don't really have defensive support except for Rubik, and it doesn't really do too much. That's a good point.
I mean, it's not like they can't. It's just like they would need to make sure that they tri-lane.
I agree. Totally agree. Ogre Disruptor strong roaming combo, so
yeah.
Totally agree with you.
Absolutely. Now with the 4th pick from the side of Ninjas in Pyjamas. They do still need their position 1 and their offlane hero here, and if they are going to try and not meet the tri-lane of Team Empire head-on, they're going to need to have a strong offlaner, because already having AA and Rubik in a lane is pretty damn scary.
It is, but I mean, you're not going to have like the Gyro to partner with a Rubik, which we so often see. I don't know if they really want to put the Bristleback in a tri-lane. Like, we've even seen it mid before, and it's been shown to be very potent. Like, VP Polar did it the other day. G went mid on Bristleback. It actually works okay against Puck, because Puck is not really so good of a lane bully against some heroes. Nip, yeah, they're going to go for the Axe. It's great against Bristle. It's very good against these squishy supports. You can make the Bristleback face you, so you can just kill him. There's a lot of benefit to it.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously we saw Jonathan Fan's performance in the last game, and it was ridiculous, in fact. Ooh.
I think it's a core.
Dual lanes or tri-lane?
Of course it's core, but I think it's tri-lane.
Yeah.
With the Rubik A Mirana.
Yeah, and letting the Bristle run solo. And with that bearing in mind, potentially the aggressive tri-lane then, if they want to leave the Bristle back in the safe and go aggressive.
I don't think they want to put Bristle against Axe, but
no, that's a good
they
point.
could put him
That's
mid and then just pick something that wins against Axe.
Remaining.
I think that's the best way to go about it.
Okay.
We did actually see a Darkseer matchup against Axe the other day, and it worked out pretty well. They kind of need a mech carrier right now, unless they plan on making mech on Bristle, which I guess if he goes mid, he probably could
Darkseer win
do.
against Axe?
It depends on who actually. I think Radiant is easier to win against than if you're Dire, for example. So, like, you push out the wave with Ion Shell to a point where the Axe has to farm under his tower, but if you let him creep cut first, you lose the lane, if that makes sense. Because if he gets behind you, then you have to, like, run back to shell your own creeps, and then your tower takes damage.
Yeah.
But if he pushes out the wave, then you're stuck under your tower, and you can never leapfrog him.
I guess both can use creep cut.
Yeah, but it's really awkward if that happens. Like, the Axe still, I think, has a better time.
Yeah, he does, for sure.
Juggernaut is the final pick for the side of NIP. Pretty good against, obviously, the 3 squishy heroes, and also against the Bristleback. As you were saying yesterday, the fact that the Omni Slash always hits from the front, so the damage is certainly going to be real against the Bristle. Obviously, you've got the healing ward and you are against an AA, so that's going to be something that's
they
not going to be too
banned
much
Darkseer.
use. But
Was I talking about Darkseer when
You
it was
were.
banned the whole time?
no, I think they literally. Oh, maybe you were.
Maybe I was.
Yeah, you probably were. But I think the Bristle Jug lineup
It's a long
matchup
day, Andy.
is favors Bristle a lot more than it does the Juggernaut.
Yeah.
Like, fine, Omnislash works, but Bristle in lane is just disgusting versus Juggernaut. He can't do anything. He can run, but the healing ward is not enough to deal with the quills. Like, level 5.
Especially with the AA, with the Ice Blast potential.
Yeah.
It's an interesting pick from NIP, but we'll see if they're able to pull it off. And Empire now with their final pickup. We are still, I guess, expecting to see. Well, I don't know, there's a lot of versatility with their cores, as we were saying in the laning stage, so maybe this one will give us a bit of a clearer outlook on what they're going to do in terms of lanes.
I think they're... Are NIP going to try lane? Because it doesn't seem like that good of a lane to me. I think they more want to roam than they want to go for a tri lane. Because, like, what would they do? Juggernaut, Ogre, Disruptor, and then Axe solo and Puck solo? Yeah, okay, your solo lanes might do okay, but your tri lane doesn't seem that good to me.
Man, yeah, this tri-range tri-lane is really scary.
It's a
How are
monster.
you gonna farm?
Yeah. That's kind of why I'm thinking that NIP might just look for more of like a put the Juggernaut top, maybe have the Ogre and the Disruptor force reactions out of Empire supports instead. Because if you can pull the AA and the Rubik away from the Mirana, suddenly that becomes much more manageable. Mirana's base damage is pretty low.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to have kill potential if you're just a Mirana by yourself. So maybe NIP look to go for the more stable, safe lane for the Jug.
Yeah, I think that's what they have to do, but Empire might even go aggressive on them. And then pick something that wins against the Axe.
10 seconds remaining.
It's going to be the Silencer.
Core
picked up.
Silencer?
It's going to be silent on the Silencer. No, it's going to be silent on the Mirana, so it is going to be the... I guess more likely to be dual lanes, because you wouldn't want to send Yoku on his own on this Silencer.
No, I think Yoki is in the tri-lane with the Silencer.
Yeah. So they'll just get the resolution probably on the safe lane and then run the Silencer Rubik AA
No, I
aggressive.
think Silent is on the safe lane, and one-on-one
On the safe lane.
against
Oh, really?
Axe.
Okay. One-on-one
Yeah.
against Axe, yeah. Silencer versus Axe.
That's really interesting, though, that they decided to last pick Silencer. Like, it does have its benefits. Being able to global is always great for being able to kill Jug,
Yeah.
like at any point in the game. And it's great against Puck as well until he gets his Yules up. It's just weird because I don't think Mirana or Silencer actually win the lane against Axe.
No, I agree. I don't think so. And Bristleback, neither. You can't do anything. So.
Yeah, maybe they just try to play that lane as passively as they can. Hope that their tri lane kind of counteracts the fact that Jonas might get a lot of farm, and then just keep the Juggernaut down as hard as you can.
Maybe it's
for the
just an
early game.
off-lane Silencer.
But is that
Nice.
is that the play?
I don't know if that's the play.
Yeah, I mean, he's been pulled a ward and he's going
I
straight
think
up
he's
boost.
going solo or dual lanes.
I mean, we'll see what comes out from the side of Empire. I mean, obviously in the first
Yeah,
game,
boots, so-
NIP, they slipped through the Huskar as the final little kind of surprise pick.
Maybe
This time Empire
Silencer
with the
is
Silencer.
good against Axe. Because of boots and W,
This you can
just
kite him.
You can
orb
orb
walk
walk
him
him.
Yeah.
constantly, and it takes a lot of damage.
I'll see if it works.
We will indeed. This is going to be an interesting one to watch here. The first game was pretty exciting. Let's hope for more in this second game. Game one did, of course, go to the side of Ninjas in Pyjamas, but this is indeed the second in this two-game series. Here, the ASUS ROG DreamLeague between Empire and NIP. On the side of Empire, we're going to have a low hard dance on the support Rubik. It's going to be Yoku on that core Silencer, Resolution on the Bristleback, and that will leave Silent. And what we expect to be potentially the mid lane or the off lane, it depends on where they want to settle these lanes. I always want to fly on the AA, so it looks like they're trying to, maybe see what NIP are doing in terms of lanes, and then they're going to react to that accordingly. And of course, I'm joined by two people today, Draskell and A-Mother. And do one of you want to go ahead and tell us what we're seeing from NIP here?
I can take the reins here, I guess. Hanskin is going to be handling the Disruptor. Seal Kid is going to be playing the Ogre Magi. Era handling that Juggernaut. Going to see Jonas playing Axe for the second game in a row, and then finally Limp is going to be playing Puck for the fourth time.
Battle begins.
I've got the slow here onto Resolution. Kinetic Field will
Nice
drop and
lift.
will trap Hello Hard Dance and
It's going
Resolution
back
here. Jonas and fans trying to get himself in position. He's got the Battle Hunger as well. This could potentially be First Blood. Blade Fury does a hell of a lot of damage, and then with a final slash, Era finding First Blood against Resolution on the Bristleback. A very nice start there for NIP, and
I think Resolution was fine.
Yeah,
just
he
ran
kinda
in and
backed in,
died
didn't he?
again.
Yeah.
I think he must have misclicked the map or something.
Path,
That
yeah.
was really weird. That was a really good lift from Aloha Dance. Really saved them, but...
Yeah, I was just going to say that there's actually quite a few good spells to seal this game. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what Aloha Dance can do, but it does take some time for this hero to kind of get off the ground. Same thing could be said for Ancient Apparition. Their lane is still strong though, and of all places, NIP actually go aggressive.
They tried to dodge, and Empire realized that, so
Yeah.
they're here immediately.
Yeah, I
And
mean, yeah.
Nip can't stay here.
Empire have, reacted really
Limp
nicely.
is getting...
They've also sent silencers to the mid just to be against the Axe. Obviously, Yoku, not normally the mid player for Empire, but
Well,
this
you can't
time
creep
they
that
want
mid
it.
either.
Oh my god, this
So-
hurts.
Right.
He's
he
gonna
dead?
die. He's actually gonna die. He's got boots.
Oh, the stick!
Is he going for it?
I thought it was going against the... He can eat
In the
himself
trees.
out.
Yeah, he's good.
That was a close one.
Oh, that sucks for Yoki.
It works out really well for Empire, though, because they get 2 lanes that they wanted really badly, and this is the best possible place for the Axe to meet the Silencer for Empire.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to sit between the tier 1 and the tier 2 mid. It's way too dangerous.
Yeah, there's so many mind games going on with the lanes, how to lane, what's the optimal way. It's like, it's so hard to decide. I think Empire is getting the upper hand there, for sure.
I mean, obviously, we're coming up to 2 minutes in, and the side of NLP, they've decided not to, react to the lane situation that they're having to go up against. So, arguably a little bit happy with it, but it's not looking great for them in terms of just how are the farms going for the side of Empire, and they're going to have to do something.
Yeah, like, Nip tri-lane on the off lane has to do so much, because they can't pull. Like, if you go on the safe lane, you can always pull to get XP.
I think the best thing for Nip to do is to make sure that the laning phase doesn't remain static. Like, even if you go back to your safe lane, you can, like, buy a smoke, try to gank mid, just force Empire to move around a bit so that way Eric can find his CS. Otherwise, even though he's doing okay for now, eventually Empire's lane will pull ahead. And I think the longer the lanes remain static, the better off Empire will be.
Exactly. I agree, totally. That's probably the best way to play it. Because if you just rotate, they're just going to rotate with you. And, like,
The Jonathan fan here with that haste rune. Right, he's not going to die for it, though. We're actually going to have a pause come out here from Always Wanna Fly. Unfortunately, and I mean, Jonathan fan didn't decide to go for that one. He's got cool. I mean, could he have not gone for the kill there on Silencer?
It's a bit risky. I mean, he didn't actually have the call cooldown until he started running away.
Okay,
so
so
like
he
he
just
was
come out.
about on that hill when the call came up. So it was very, very close to being a dive, but not quite. So Nip still looking okay for the moment because they got that first blood. The Axe is kind of suffering here in mid, but we expected that. I think if Nip had managed to secure like even a side lane with the Axe versus Silencer would have been way better.
Yeah.
But the mid lane is like awful for him.
because you can't chase here. You just run up the high ground, then you're into the tower immediately. That's very true.
I mean, on this offlane, Era's finding a little bit of CS. He is 7 for free at the moment, so keeping himself even with the Mirana. So even though they're not, well, they obviously found first blood, but other than that, they're not really finding the opportunities to jump in onto this tri-lane. I guess it's kind of good for NIP in the sense that Empire's tri-lane isn't finding kills, and argue that tri-lane is built to kill with the Mirana AA.
Well,
and Rubik.
it can also just outfarm as well, because the kill potential is enough to keep Nip at bay, and then the Mirana just essentially gets farther and farther ahead. The thing to keep in mind, though, is that Empire can't control their lane because their camp is warded, so they can't pull, which means they can't actually get Nip out of experience range, or they can't like effectively zone them, because the closer you are to your own tower in this tri-lane, the better off Empire would be, but they're actually farming closer to Nip's tower than they are their own. So I would actually say Nip are getting maybe a bit more out of this lane than was to be expected.
Pushing now, though.
Yeah, 2 range creeps, so it'll finally be put back in their favor.
Yeah, and Mirana's base damage is really bad, so she's having trouble last hitting in this lane versus Juggernaut, who has 66 damage right now.
Well, Ping's coming out onto a low hard dance. They'll find the slow here, and maybe thinking to try and have a go on this one. Going to be the case, though. Can't quite close the gap. They don't have a point yet into Glimpse. Maybe once level 3 is on these heroes, that's when we'll start to see NRP go even more aggressive.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, though. I mean, they kind of have to go for the Disruptor or the Ogre. They can't kill Jug. And the Juggernaut can go for a counter kill on the Rubik or the AA, but as long as Silent is having Leap, there's really no way they can kill him.
And I mean, the lane we haven't really talked about in this top lane. Bristleback versus Puck. Pretty passive at the moment. 12, but very even CS between these two heroes. It doesn't look like either are able to harm each other that much at this point in time.
It's one of those games, though, where the cores of Nip actually influence the game more when they start rotating, because the Bristleback kind of just walks at people, and Silencer is more of a reactionary hero, I feel, than just going in for kills. So if the Puck gets a nice rotation out, or the Axe manages to get a Blink Dagger, it's going to be very similar to what we saw in Game 1, where those heroes are very important.
Always want to fly. He's going to get caught out here in the kinetic field. There's going to be a lift on Terra, trying to hold him back to protect this AA. They're going in on a Handscan. Handscan will be able to bring down AA first. The Fade Bolt does finish off Disruptor. It's a 1-for-1. They're looking for more here with the stun onto Silent. Era trying to get the right clicks in. Silent pops the stick charges. One more hit will do it, but the salve is going to be there for Silent, and Silent's going to be okay here. Gets himself out. Does have the arrow. He's thinking about throwing it out. Is he going to live for it? Oh, he's not going to chance it.
Does he have lift?
Yeah, I did.
Well, the arrow did go out.
For it, yeah.
It threaded the needle, though. Didn't connect on anyone.
With Areno. So it was a trade, as expected. I mean,
There's
they,
axe illusions on Bristleback top.
those things are so annoying, actually. I'm surprised they didn't use those to farm the woods.
Yeah, I was thinking that was super good. You just stack 2 camps and farm.
Yeah.
Easy dollars.
Still in the mid lane, as expected, Yoku on this side is having a fantastic time against the Axe. 23 for 7 up against the 14 for 1. The lane pretty much being dominated by Silencer.
Yeah, but any orb walking hero is going to do that. If it was Viper, it would be the same story. Maybe even worse than just the Silencer. He's opted out of not getting his ulti at 6, though. I mean, this is more of a lane-dominating build than anything else, but I'm kind of surprised that he doesn't have doesn't have Global Silence when they have a puck on the other team.
Yeah, it's such a value point, but I guess he kind of feels like he's not gonna have mana anyway, so it's like wasted.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Now, 6 minutes in, still fairly passive. Who do you think this is benefiting more at this stage of the game, or is it still very even in both teams' minds?
I'd say that Nipper are getting more than I thought they should have out of this. Like we talked about the Mirana having low base damage, not really being able to farm that well. Era is still ahead in CS with First Blood under his belt and 2 kills. Well, by First Blood and an extra kill, I should say. But yeah, I think Nip are actually going to be pretty happy with the way things have worked out. They are rotating here, but fortunately for Yoki, he's going for top rune, so he's not going to get ran into by the supports.
Yeah.
And the thing is, they can't even kill Era. Like, this tri-lane cannot kill a Juggernaut.
Yeah, it's a good thing about Juggernaut. You can spin out of the combo, unless it's perfect timing.
Yeah.
It has to be like a pre-fired arrow into a lift or something. Oh, Hanskin is
Oh,
out.
mid lane indeed. They're going to try and go in onto Yoku. They're going to be able to find the core with this rotation with Silka. Do they have the damage to bring down Yoku? He's down to half health. He's trying to turn around here with the orbs, but the dunk will be there from Jonas and Fan, and they do find the kill. Meanwhile, though, on the bottom lane, they did lose Disruptor here. So a 1-for-1 trade, but obviously favoring NIP, managing to find that kill onto Silencer, who's been having a fantastic time so far in this game, top of the CS board.
Where's your Global Silence now, Yoki? Where is your Global Silence now?
Could have
Might
saved
not
it.
have saved
Could
him.
have,
He would have lived a lot longer, though, because he
Yeah.
would have been able to, like, bottle, run away.
I'm surprised
not
they
get
didn't
dunked.
TP in a support or something. They were busy going on bottom, but he was so dead on the
Yeah.
Disruptor.
Did Aloha Dance even have a TP there?
Maybe he bought it now. I'm
Yeah,
not
because
sure.
I don't think he had a TP when they went on him.
That makes a lot of sense.
Well, still, Nip, I gotta say, this isn't a gimmick strat, and they're doing very well in the early game. They
It's
haven't
global
even-
now.
Yeah. He's like, you know what, I'm skilling it. That's it. So now that they have Coil, I would expect to see maybe a little bit more movement out of Nip.
No.
Because the thing with Juggernaut is if you have Coil and then you have Omni Slash in conjunction with that, it's so easy just to kill supports. Like Silencer, even AA, Rubik, all these heroes are very susceptible to getting ganked. And Aloha Dance.
Very big with the lift, but there's going to be a global silence out straight away. The arrow's already...
Nice.
Yep, Gonzan's going to be able to find the
Tempest here.
Disruptor. They might be able to find Always Want to Fly here as well with the Blade Fury. They will. It's going to be a 1-for-1 trade so far. Era seeing if he can get more from this, and he will indeed. He brings down the Rubik. Turning it for a 2-for-1. Mid lane, Jonas and Fan taking a fair bit here from the Glaives. But another trade favouring the side of NIP, just coming out on top, even with the global silence being used there by Yoku.
It's an interesting kind of commitment because you global to make sure that you can get the initial kill, but you're only using the global to kill a support.
Oh, he's got a haste rune again, and this time he
He's
will try and use it
silenced,
for the kill. The damage from Yoku a fair
Spin.
bit, and the
Oh, he's
TP coming.
blocked.
Where's your spins?
Oh. That was close.
Yeah, Yoku's going to be happy with that. Jonas and Fan not so much. Yeah. Nice little kill there, just being handed there to Silencer.
I think the Silencer pick is kind of good and bad for Empire because it's good when you know that Nip are committing, but you need something to say, the fight is here, we have to take this full like 5-on-5 engagement, you know? Because otherwise the global silence is kind of what we just saw bottom. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, we use it to get a kill and then lose out, going for the Omni there, not quite on point. Silence able to leap away. But they don't have anything that forces Nip to fight them, even with the global. So it kind of feels more of just a hero that was picked to win a lane more than function in its full capacity.
I think it works pretty well if they... Bristleback can just run in, and as soon as they start committing to him, or if they hit a good arrow, they can just commit instantly
Yeah.
with the global. I think it's gonna be pretty good. And he is a good mecha carrier if he wants.
I mean, item-wise, what are we seeing from Yoku on the silence? So what's he deciding to offer this go mid lane? They're going to find a telekinesis onto Limp, and with the silence as well, he's not going to be able to shift out to that orb. Another kill there for the Yoku silencer in the mid lane. Moonlight Shadow has been popped because bottom lane, Sealkid and Era going in onto the Mirana. And indeed with the Omni Slash, they're able to find that kill. Well, top lane Resolution's going to look for the TP out. Do they have anything to stop it? They've got a dunk. That'll stop it. That'll kill him. Able to pick off the Bristle back there. So 2-for-1 across the map. Losing the puck, but gaining both the position one and the offlaner from Empire. This looks like we're seeing a different NIP in this series.
their team is very good at fighting these small scale battles.
Radiant's
So like you have
bottom
Axe,
tower is under attack.
Puck, Juggernaut, Ogre, Disruptor. Like all these heroes are great in small fights. And only one of them is really that squishy, and that's a Disruptor. Whereas Empire have 3 very squishy heroes. Yoki, they in some trouble here.
He could be in a lot of trouble here. There's going to be the kinetic field that catches him out. He pops down the global silence, but there's 3 heroes surrounding him. He's going to try and turn around and get a kill onto Handsken, but he's not going to be able to do it. They've got the burst damage to bring him down. And Jonas and Fan again on this Axe, making the plays happen here today for the side of NIP.
Yeah, since the laning phase has broken down.
They might get more here.
Aloha Dance?
Yeah.
Orbs away. Breaks the coil though.
He has a lift. He has a lift. He's fine.
Nice play by Aloha Dance.
Yeah, it was good.
Actually baited a coil, even got orb and gets out. What a player. Oh no, they're stealing
there's
stack.
stack. Yeah, has no mana though.
And they can't really contest this Empire. They're going to walk forward. Jonas and Fan will find the call onto AA. We're going to see Resolution walk straight, and they do find an arrow onto Era. Very nice arrow. That will set up the kill there for the side of Empire. Silent able to pick that one up. Can they find more now? Because NIP, they're in a bit of a bad place. Jonas and Fan kind of on his own. We'll put the Battle Hunger out onto Low Odds, but the full 5-man of Empire have turned up, and they'll almost certainly be able to bring down Axe. He tries to do his best to stay alive with the Berserker's Call. It isn't going to help him against the pure damage from those glaives. And NIP losing 2 heroes in the jungle there, potentially getting a little bit greedy when they spotted out that stack.
Yeah, I haven't really seen the Silent have any impact up until this point. So I think we're gonna see a lot more of this Mirana now. He's going for bottle as well, so he's going for the like high action type build.
Smoker from NIP, they want to go straight back in here. Just Seal Kid and Handsken though smoking up. They're going to find Low Odds. He just walks past them. The kinetic field would trap him up as well. Telekinesis and as the orb again will be able to get himself out of harm's way. Now Seal Kid, he could be the one in trouble. Lim's found Silent with the backup of Era and Handsken. They're going to try and go in. Era has got Omni Slash, and he might need to use it here if he wants to try and secure himself a kill. Silent gets glimpsed back. They'll take down the Mirana. Now they look to turn their attention to Resolution. He's still got that Omni Slash on the Juggernaut, and there we go on to Resolution with the Blade Fury as well. The Dream Coil is also thrown down to ensure that Resolution can't get back. They take him down. That's the buyback from Silent on the Mirana, but he walks straight into a Static Storm. He's not going to be able to do anything for the time being. And now he's walked into Jonas and Fan, who just calls him straight away. They do get Seal Kid there with the help of Yoku. The Axe, he's bringing Silent very low. Silent will be able to back up, pull himself up under the tower. Handsken being kept alive here by this healing ward. And Jonas and Fan, he's found a call onto Yoku. He's going to need a fair few spins though, because Yoku's under the cover of Moonlight Shadow, who does dodge the arrow very nicely. With the curse, it's going to bring him low, but not low enough. He's able to back himself out. All in all, a messy fight between the sides, but Silent did have to buy back there to ensure that nothing else went against his side.
Oh, the buyback didn't do anything though. No. Like he bought back and got called and then walked away. So
yeah, first he got Disruptor ulted.
Yeah.
And then he got called in the other wave. So yeah.
Bottom tower
That was a
is
really
under
awkward engagement. I think Empire really need their A to hit 6. Like it's 13 minutes in. There's no Ice Blast yet. Like come on, man.
He doesn't even have boots.
You gotta hit level 6.
He's very sad A, man. I don't know, I still feel like this Mirana pick needs to do more. It hasn't really shown its potential, but
Maybe focusing a little bit too much on the laning phase from Empire.
yeah.
Not thinking about like the transition towards mid game.
Maybe he gets limp here
Yeah.
with a good arrow.
It's hard though.
It's not that hard. Oh,
JK.
he was farming the wave. He's gonna go back. It's pretty.
Oh, we might see, well, AA caught out here because the entire team of NIP are wrapping around. They'll find the call onto him. It looks like they'll leave that for just Aaron, Jonas, and Fan. The rest of the side of NIP, they're looking for more around this tier 1 here. They're going to try and find a low hard dance here, indeed. They've thrown down the Static Storm to try and disrupt the entire fight. They've found the AA and the Silent Mirana. Now they're going to find a low hard dance on the Rubik as well for double kill for the Ogre Magi, and a very nice wraparound there from NIP towards the bottom lane.
I think Aloha Dance is going for another orb steal and then just got the wrong spell. Because there's no way you walk forward like that. Like, at the very least, you try to skirt around the edge of the Static Storm and walk back towards your tower.
Even if he gets it there, I think he's dead.
Yeah, maybe. It would have been a cool play, though. He just wanted to go for the 7k MMR Rubik plays, bro.
Yeah, satisfy Reddit. Easy game.
But if Nip continue at this pace, honestly, the
Looking good for
Mirana,
him.
she's
They're
kinda-
stealing stacks again.
Yeah. You know what's funny is always want to fly stacked for
Yeah.
Jonas. It was really nice of him. What a pal.
Such a good guy.
Yeah. If this AA doesn't hit 6, like, it is so hard to win a fight when you do not have that ultimate up.
He doesn't even want to hit this ward. He's so scared. He's like,
Dude, that was 50 gold in the bank, dude.
yeah.
But he was actually sitting in fog, even with
Yeah.
the ward being down, so he just meddled to make sure they didn't see him place anything. Yeah, it was actually a good idea. But I don't know, man.
Radiant's
They have
middle
Mirana
tower
ulti. They
is
could
under
maybe go
attack.
on bottom. Jonas doesn't have blink
Dire's
yet,
top
so
tower is under
they're
attack.
trading right now. So
Radiant's
Silent is on his own here.
he's going for the play.
He's found the arrow. He's going to try and follow up forward onto
Good
Lim.
limbs. Double storm. Nice kill.
Very nice kill indeed. They find the puck.
It's good global as well. He might have gotten
Dire's
face
top
shift off.
tower has fallen.
Off the back of this as well, looks like Set of Empire they might be able to find this tier 1 on the top lane, and they will do indeed. The tower gets taken down by the push there from Yoku.
Steel Kid is 8. He's going for this. Oh, the arrow.
The arrow again onto
He's gonna
Steel
be
Kid.
6 now. No, almost.
These are some big kills for Silent to be involved in.
Always on a fly as well. He's almost
Nope.
level 6.
Yoku.
He's gonna get it bottom now.
Versus Jonas and Fan. The Fade Bolt finishes off Jonas and Fan. Yoku does pay with his life. A low heart dance lifting up hand scan. Will glimpse back the bristleback. It won't be enough as a low heart dance stands there. Finishes off the kill. Double kill for the side of Empires. Now 4 heroes down on the side of Empire. It's only Arrow alive. He's got the Omni Slash available here. Silent trying to juke it out, and the jukes will be successful here. Arrow not looking to continue to hang around on this bottom lane, but some nice kills there from Empire, but still very close between these two sides 16 minutes in.
That's a bit of an old school build on the Juggernaut. Not typical that we see drums too much anymore on that hero. Usually it's like Aquila, Mask of Madness into like SNY. Haven't seen drums in quite a while.
It's very good. Like the stats. Really work out for the favor in this game.
I think against a team that has like global silence and stuff, if you're too, like you don't want to buy Manta straight away, you don't want to buy BKB. Just a value item to make sure you can live through the silence perhaps.
I think drums on Jugger is really good. With the new aura buff as well. 20
yeah, that's
attack
right.
speed instead of 10. It's a very good item overall. The biggest thing is though the Axe doesn't have his dagger. Puck doesn't have his dagger. They need this blink.
Dream Coil onto Resolution. They're going to be able to glimpse it
Oh,
back
the
as well. It's the
ulti.
kinetic field. The
Oh my
ulti's going to be melted. Oh, Limp's able to phase shift it. It catches onto Handscan. NRP, they do decide they don't want to stick around in this fight. Jonas getting fairly low here. And the right clicks from Silent, they're going to be able to pop him. No, they're not. He's going to be fine. The debuff's already come off.
That was so close.
And it is just the puck falling in that engagement in the middle lane.
That looked so bad.
Didn't this Axe have quite a bit more farm earlier?
Yeah.
I thought he would actually have a blink dagger by
Yeah,
now. Glimpse?
definitely.
Yeah, they're going to find Resolution here, and Resolution will get dunked here by Jonas and Fan. Can NRP look for anything
They
more?
moved
That's
it?
the
Yeah, they
question.
did.
Era's got the Omni Slash onto low hard dance.
Double
Now
dunk.
Warriors want to die. Bringing them very low there with the dunk as well. Double
Silence.
kill for Jonas and Fan. Silent, he's got to run as well. And look at this speed. He will just be able to leap out of the Static Storm as Handscan unable to catch him. But again,
The arrow?
he's
Yeah.
okay. But this is, again, NIP just coming out on top of Empire. 17 to 13 at the moment between these two sides. And when you look at the lineups with the Juggernaut, that's surely at the end of the day, that's always going to be stronger toe-to-toe against the Mirana in the late game.
Well, I think the Juggernaut kind of struggles actually against Mirana, only
Okay.
because it's very hard to get a good Omni off, and if you're not going to be Omniing, like fighting man mode against the Mirana, like how are you supposed to ever close the gap? That's kind of the hard part. So it's similar to their draft last game. Going high ground is going to be a chore for them because they do not have a good high ground team. They only have Healing Ward, but there's also Ancient Apparition on the other team. So I think Empire are actually in okay shape as long as they don't give away like any bad fights. I think Roshan is going to be probably the most important part about this game for either team.
Yeah, Joki is actually very farmed as well.
Yeah.
Mirana is, they're like top 4. They have 3
Yeah.
of the top formers. So Empire is doing really well, even though they're getting picked off a lot.
I want to see some slashers way. Where's the Shadow Blade?
On who?
Silencer, man.
Sounds.
Super legit.
You can go Silver Edge and remove the crit from Jugger.
No, you just need Shadow Blade. You just come out, you hit him, right?
Yeah,
and
I
you
mean, but
immediately last word.
you still do it. I think it's pretty okay. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna crit you to pieces, and he's like, I do no damage. It's like mind games. He gets tricked to go on you.
Oh, there's going to be an Ice Blast, but always want to fly. He is going to
Yeah.
get dunked here by Jonas and Fan. He now reveals the blink dagger that he's
Jonas?
just picked up. Resolution's going to try and go for this one on Jonas and Fan, but Jonas and Fan just calls in the bristle back again, and he's ready to try and look for the spins here. Silence has fallen to Disruptor. Silent has managed to kill the puck. Era's coming
Yeah,
now with
might be in
Blade Fury.
trouble.
Bottom lane, everything apparently happening as Silent gets himself a double kill, maybe even looking for more onto the Disruptor. And mid lane, they don't even kill the Bristleback. Bristleback's able to get himself out there. So, well, getting those kills again on Mirana. Mirana's going to get fairly scary now.
The Spite Urn from Aloha Dance. Oh, we might get him actually.
Yes,
He's got
silence.
Waiting Rift. Get in there, Aloha Dance.
Can he... No.
He's got Lift. No, he's got this.
Oh, the jukes.
Oh!
What?
Oh,
Wait, no, what?
The butt.
All right. Ankles, hashtag broken. Everything was worse than expected.
Jukes are real.
Well, a lot happening globally there over the last minute or so, as we saw people dying pretty much everywhere across the map. Off the back of it though now, we do see Limp now with the Blink Dagger picked up on Puck. So now with the Blink Dagger on Puck and Axe, NIP, they're going to be able to catch Empire even more off guard than they have been so far in the game.
I think a little bit of this is surprising though, because the Blink Dagger on Puck being 20 minutes, like he's 1-4. Limp has not really had too much success with the Puck in this series against Empire. And honestly, and somewhere along the way, Empire started making really good trades. They've kept better farm consistency throughout the early game. Like this Rubik has 4K net worth. He's only like 1,000 down from the Puck. That's kind of insane actually if you think about it.
Yeah.
Oh, nice arrow.
Nice arrow indeed onto Yonason Fan. Silent will be able to take away the healing walls straight away. Does he want to stick around for a fight here? There's backup coming in for the side of Empire. They've got everybody here. Yoku, oh, is it going to be enough? I think it will be here with his glaives damage. He just needs a couple more.
Oh, so hard.
Very nice indeed.
Dat plus int.
Yeah, they need to be really careful not to get caught out by the Puck and Axe blinks. Because they can really just win fights straight up with the Static Storm as well. Coil into Static Storm or call into Static Storm is just really, really, really strong.
Oh, it seems a little bit weird. Oh man, Era's going S and Y. He's not going for Manta, not going for BKB. Against Silencer? I don't know, man. You kind of need one or the other, I think.
I totally agree. If you want to break out with Silence, just use your spells.
Or maybe it is oh, no, never mind. He bought a belt. JK. I was going to say maybe it's casual Yasha, but Belt of Giant Strength confirms the S and Y.
Maybe Necronomicon with the casual Ogre Club Yasha.
Yeah, man, that's fine.
Yeah.
I would do that. Just to mess with people, you know?
It's going Sunny Yasha, it's fine.
Dude, you can use the Necrobook while you're using Omni. Think about the possibilities. You get like Abyssal Blade, Necrobook, Blink Dagger. You pop
Refresher.
the Omni Slash, right? And then you Abyssal Blade him, Necrobook, Mana Burn him, Refresher.
Oh, that's a nice Dream Coil onto free, and Yonason Fan coming in as well with the spins. They'll be able to take down a low hard dance. Silent does put the Moonlight Shadow. They'll be able to bring down Yonason Fan in trade. Limp now looking for Silent with the Owner of the Shadows sticking him down as well. Silent should be able to keep himself alive though, so 1-for-1 so far. Ice Blast coming in. It will catch out Hansken. They did manage to find the kill on Murano eventually as Limp picked that one up, so it ends up being a 2-for-1. The rest of Empire able to get themselves out of this fight. But again, NIB coming out on top of these fights. 22 minutes in. This is, I'm just kind of, from what we've seen from NIP before, it's just totally different. What's happened to them, Draskell? They just seem to be playing on another level. And this is against Empire, you know, a team considered to be one of the best in the world at the moment.
I think it's just a lot of really good laning decisions. Like, even though we thought Nip's tri lane would do badly, it still ended up trading, I would say, about even with Empires. And in Nip's book, that's a win. Because your two solo laners, like the Axe and the Puck, they should have actually had better lanes. So it was really weird. Like, Nip's one lane that should have definitely lost did okay. And then the middle lane lost a little bit because it was Axe versus Silencer, and top did fine. So I think all in all, Nip just are good at fighting, but maybe not so good at playing the more static farming games. And the more chaos they can create, I think the better off they are.
Yeah, I agree totally. It's kind of weird how they actually got away with the tri lane. I think it's like best case scenario for Empire. I feel like they should easily find kills on anything except the Juggernaut.
Even having Silencer in the tri lane, I think, would have worked better, because the Silencer is much better harass.
Mid lane, a call straight up onto the Silencer himself. Era trying to get himself in position with the Blade Fury. He's got the Omni Slash available as well, and with the Dream Coil onto 2, they'll be able to bring down a low dance. The Glimpse bringing Yoku back up to the high ground. Era's got the Omni Slash, but he doesn't need to use it. They'll take down Yoku here as well. Make a kill streak here for Era, as he is having an absolute game here on the Juggernaut. He's only died once this game. He's got 9 kills and he's been involved with 6 assists. And now they're going to look to take Roshan. The Era Juggernaut proving to be extremely scary for Empire this game.
Well, ulti coming in. Looks like they spotted it out.
Yeah, they put a sentry.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So, level 1 healing ward still on Jug, but even without the lifesteal, they should be able to get this. No real problem. Still 30 seconds left on the Silencer, no global.
Sierra.
Bop. Nah, he's fine.
There's not going to be any follow-up here at the moment for Empire. It looks like they're just going to sack that one. Resolution just trying to get some momentum going on this top lane. And he's fairly farmed on the Bristleback. He's the top in terms of net worth for the side of Empire. But it's just a question of what can he do with those items against NIP's lineup, and obviously how far the Jug's progressed in terms of pickups at this point. And it looks like he's going to pick up the Shadow Amulet, so going to go for that Shadow Blade here on Jug.
Disassemble into Silver Edge, maybe?
I guess you could think that's there.
I think that's probably what he's going to do, and then make Manta for the global. It makes the most sense, because against Bristleback, Silver Edge is amazing. Like, you just hit him once and then boop, he explodes.
Really, really good. I was surprised Silencer didn't buy the mechanism instead of the drums. I think it's just too good to ignore.
I think he just wanted to go for more right click. I mean, Empire haven't really been 5-manning that much. They've been
Yeah,
looking
but
for...
still, if Axe jumps you, you get so much effective HP from the mecha.
Yeah, that's true.
And like the 5 armor is just gonna... It's just insane how good it is. And, like Drum is also a 5-man item in a way. So
Yeah, yeah.
you could have got Midas or something if you didn't want a 5-man. So.
Slasher's way.
There we go. Smoke up from the side of NIP. Everyone apart from Era looking for some action here towards the mid lane. Yoku backing himself up. Silent as well, doesn't want to be sticking around here in case they get caught out at the moment. It's looking like a low hard dance might be in the worst position. Around by the secret shop. NIP coming around the front of the Ancients here now. Low hard dance has got to be very careful where he treads now because, yeah, they've found him. Limp going in here with the Yule Scepter there. Everything being dropped down. There'll be an Ice Blast flying through that does connect onto Jonas and Fan. But it doesn't matter. The kill's already done and NIP have already found the pick-off that they were looking for. And maybe even more. Glimpse on to Always Want to Fly. Jonas and Fan moving in, but the Berserker's Call won't catch the AA. Cold Feet will kick in out to Jonas and Fan, but he's under the cover of the Glimmer Cape, and Limp picks off the A at the end of the day, so they do still find that kill. Limp, he's gonna heal himself out. He should be able to get out, shouldn't he? Oh, the Dreamcoil and Waning Rift come out. BKB will be popped by Resolution. He tries to get out, but now the Omni Slash onto Yoku, and the Stat Stop as well. They'll be able to find Yoku. 3 heroes now down on the side of Empire, and it looks like they'll be able to find more as Air on an unstoppable kill streak finishes off Resolution on the Bristleback. And now, NIP seriously breaking away from the side of Empire. And
I don't know why he didn't global there. Global applies while you're Yules anyway, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Like, if you can Yules it off, but if you're already in the air and you global, it hits, which means he would not have been able to phase shift and he would have just died. And Jug wouldn't have been able to use Omni.
Yeah,
So
I think
I think that was just a misplay.
And the Limp just baited the Bristleback into dying there as well.
Yeah.
It was really
they
good
might
play
be
from
killing
NIP.
Silent here. Jonas and Fan, oh, the blink gets cancelled there by the Maelstrom proc. So he's calling into nothing now.
Hanskin.
Silent, he's looking for the kill.
This is not
Oh, the charge in the urn!
He didn't get a single lightning.
Perfectly
Got a
baited.
single proc on the Maelstrom.
I don't know
Unfortunate.
about this Mirana pick, to be honest. It hasn't really... I don't know, they're playing like... They don't want to group up and they don't want to set up stuff, I don't know.
I think the lack of success on the tri-lane is not really so much the Mirana's fault, it is like the supports being so underleveled because of it. Because there were no rotations in the early game, right?
Yeah.
So Empire were expecting to win their lanes maybe a bit harder than they actually did, and then they end up with 2 very underleveled supports. And usually Aloha Dance and Always Want to Fly impact the game in a big way.
Yeah.
But I think they were just held so far down from the tri-lane being kind of ineffective that it's hard to come back from that.
Yeah, it didn't really do anything. It felt
Yeah.
like they were standing there and Juggernaut actually farmed more than the Mirana. So.
He really
I'm
did.
surprised.
Error is, he's so scary. 12,500, and he did indeed, as you're saying, he's gone for the Silver Edge, disassembling that S and Y. I mean, I don't know. They've only managed to kill him, what, just the once this game so far? He's not died again.
This is
has he,
a
Error?
really, really good item build. I really approve of this.
He's very tanky. He
Yeah.
can man fight pretty
And
much
like the build
anyway.
up is perfect because you get Sunny Yasha before, so perfect item build.
Alright, he's going to see if he can catch out anyone here. He hasn't got the Omni Slash. He's going to look to push this to Arrow. Not going to catch anyone today. Arrow?
Not today.
Being cursed up and silenced up. It's not going to be enough to scare him right back. He's got the healing ward. He's ready to go back in for the push. Now the Ice Blast flies through. It will connect onto all 3. Oh, Limp's able to phase shift dodge that one. And they just back themselves up and they're ready to go again. I mean, Always Want to Fly, he's only level 9, so it is just the level 1 Ice Blast still at 28 minutes in. And doesn't do an awful lot. Oh, Limp Dream calling onto Silent Lower Dance. The Global Silence comes out, but it just feels like it's a little bit too late because they've already lost 2 heroes on the side of Empire. And nothing essentially being achieved with that play from Empire because they're going to lose more now potentially. Kinetic Field will trap Yoku. In comes your Omni Slash, and Resolution actually moving closer to Yoku, bringing Era in for the kill. Era finds the kill there. Look at the crits. 1, 2, 3. Bringing down A. It's a triple. You've got to call GG to that. What an Era. What a performance on the Juggernaut.
Very well played.
What happened to Empire?
I don't know,
Just
man.
where-
They brought their A game.
They
And I
really
will say,
did.
we did learn something from this game. Break is not broken by activating BKB.
There we go.
At
Did you
the
see
end,
that?
he still had it on, yeah. So
Nice.
after the BKB
Okay.
was popped, it stays. So, still,
Wow.
I really do think that Empire's lane should have gotten more out of what they did. Maybe the Mirana just wasn't strong enough of a ranged carry.
The thing is, when you pick Mirana, it has to do a lot. Like,
Yeah.
it has to have, like, the impact has to be... Because she's a really weak carry and she doesn't flash farm. So you need to find a lot of kills.
Yeah.
And, like, attain map control. Otherwise, she's pretty much useless.
I think we saw a lot of that.
It didn't hit, like, a lot of clutch arrows either. which is like
There wasn't a whole lot of setup, though.
Literally a hit or miss hero.
Well played.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And on that bombshell, well, that's it for the series, of course.
Yeah.
Ends up being 2-0 to the side of Nip, and a lot of rares will be lost. I
That's
don't
a
think people
really
expected
good-
that.
we
It's a crazy victory.
We should mention that this
Yes,
win for
it's
Nip
big.
is huge because
Yeah.
Empire is technically the #1 team. Like even though Alliance have 8 wins, they've also played
They're-
all their games.
yes.
So they're 8 and 6, and that puts Nip in a really solid spot because they beat one of the teams that had almost no losses. So that means the rest of the team should be technically easier, right? So they're on the road to making it into the top 6.
Yeah, impressive stuff for NIP and obviously for the fans out there as well. And well, we'll have to see what the standings look like, which I'm sure we will, as we'll be popping over to our host straight after a quick commercial break. And from us, we're going to have a little bit of a break now, I believe. We're going to get Shane and Pyrian will be
Bold
on for the
boys.
next series. Bold boys.
Yeah.
Is that what we're calling them? I
We
guess
had a
you could
bold
say that
track
because
guys
you're
before.
bold. If
Yeah,
I
of
said
course.
it, I'd probably get accused of, being boldest or something. But if you said it, bold boys it is. We'll be up next, giving you BU versus BU. So that should be a bit of fun. So stick around for that, and we'll be back, of course, for the last series of the day, which is going to be Na'Vi versus Virtus Pro Polo, which should be a lot of fun,
Yeah.
hopefully. A lot of fun to come very shortly on DreamLeague, so don't go anywhere. We'll see you guys later. See you in a bit.